Hi guys, today we're going to be adding some gold foil leaf to a suit. I had a client reach out to me on Instagram DM asking if I would style him for Paris Fashion Week. And for one of his look, he got invited to an event that the theme was gold. So as I was pulling references, we loved all the gold leaf detailing on the clothes, except it was really pricey and a little bit out of my client's budget, especially since we had to do multiple looks. We wanted to do really high fashion look and then a safer look, which his second look was just a black suit with some gold detailing on the shoulder. But for this one, I wanted to go a little bit out of the box and choose a suit that was already made with a unique silhouette, and I actually found the suit off of Amazon. It was $200 for the top and bottom. It's considered a unisex suit, so once it arrived, we did have to tailor it to fit him better. The biggest difference between doing menswear and women's wear is men, they always need tailoring for their suits, so it's really good to have the skill on hand. After I finished tailoring the suit, I prepped the suit to be gold foiled. Favorite glue was a Deco foil glue that I got off of Amazon. It's like $8 a jar. I used 4 jars for this project, and keep in mind I'm doing a full suit front and back. This is not a project that you could rush because the glue needs time to dry. I'm using a sponge brush and I'm laying the glue on pretty heavily onto the fabric, but really making sure it gets into the weave of the fabric because I want the foil to look like it's part of the fabric and not like a separate top layer. And then I take the gold foil and I press it very lightly into the glue. And because it said it was like a heat activated glue, heat or no heat, I wanted to use heat to make it really mold to the fabric. So I laid down a piece of parchment and then I put the iron on top. Don't use a steam when you're doing this part. That's where I messed up and that's why you can see the bubbles of water. I use the iron to really press the foil in, but again, you want to do this after you have let the glue dry for at least like a day. So every time after I laid down the glue and then I laid my foil down on top, I would leave it for a whole day just so that the glue was really dry before I moved on to the next step, which was ironing it with the parchment paper. And don't let this touch your iron, obviously, because it's going to mess it up. And here's a tip when you're laying down the gold foil is don't worry about making it look so pretty at this point. Just worry more about making sure that all the glue spots are covered with the gold foil. And in a pack of gold foil, it comes with like 200 sheets, which should be more than enough for your project. And I found that the best method to lay down the gold foil was to actually just use your hand directly, but I also just sometimes use tweezers when I didn't want to get the glue on my hands. But then the glue would get on the tweezers and then the tweezers would get stuck on the foil in ways I didn't like it. And I found that it was easier to cut the larger square foils into smaller strips as well as smaller rectangles that I can then just lay on top of the glue spots. And as you guys can see, I'm just really working hard to cover up the beige spots on the pants because what I want is to have none of that be existing. And then after I finish covering up all the beige spots, then I can really go back in and outline my actual pattern for the suit. I don't know if this is just me, but sometimes I like doing tedious tasks like this because you can turn your brain off and just do it. After I'm finished applying the foil, I do let it sit for a whole day, and then I'm going to place my Teflon sheet down on top of the pants and iron it so that I could really just secure the foil to that glue. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush and brush away the excess gold foil. This is where your patience is going to get really tested because it's going to feel like you're actually painting the suit, because it does take some time to go back through and just brush away all those excess gold foil. And I'm going to keep repeating this process. I will brush away the excess foil and then I'm going to go back and press it with the iron because, like I said, I really want the foil to look like it's part of the suit and not just like an added piece. This took me around like 3 days to do, and I was working like full 12-hour days just because the longest part was just waiting for the glue to dry. So it wasn't something I could really rush. And for once, I actually was given time on this project and it wasn't something I had to do overnight. I was given almost like a month for this, and I did prepare for him like 2 suits. I know a lot of you guys sometimes may think it's crazy that people hire me for parties, but it's actually like when you think about it, he's traveling to Paris. He didn't want to have to think about his wardrobe, and so he hired me to come up with the best fit for him. Like, having a stylist is very much a luxury because you're paying somebody to spend your money. And I'm so grateful that my clients fully trust me with these ideas because I also offer not only my styling skills but also my design skills, and that's why I'm able to bring these ideas to life and within the budget that my client has set. So as much as I wish I could just say that styling is just shopping, there's so much more that really goes into it, and that's why you kind of pay the premium price that you do. It's also totally okay if you can't afford a stylist. This is kind of where I am with the suit. I only had enough to do the back of the jacket. I ran out of glue and I had to run to the art supply store. I went to Blick's in Beverly Hills last minute to try to find another glue alternative to the Amazon one. This one was a little bit runnier and I didn't really like it. Like, it didn't really work well with the fabric. I felt like it was not holding the foil to the suit itself. And we can't forget all the smaller details. The suit did have these white buttons on it that I just didn't love, so I went and replaced it with these kind of sculptural gold buttons that kind of went with the vibe of of the gold foil. And here's the suit reveal. You guys would be so proud of me. I actually finished this way before the deadline. I was in no rush. I even had time to take all of these wonderful footage of the suit. I mean, I think this is called character development because I'm no longer crying right before a deadline and having a mental breakdown. Because trust me, this makes a really big difference on how enjoyable this process is going to be. And of course, you can't have an outfit without shoes. So I found these Yeezys that were yellow on the real that I wanted to spray paint gold to go with his whole outfit. Because I feel like we just needed gold shoes that were going to accent whatever outfit he was going to wear. Because we didn't know if he was going to wear this white suit or a black suit. So I needed him to just have gold accessories. And here's how those turned out. Honestly, like, I'm not hating how this gold is looking. He did do a professional photo shoot with these suits, so definitely follow me on my social to see how those turned out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like and subscribe for more.